I am your shelter in the storm. I am not the distant God who watches while you break. I am not the silent observer of your suffering. I am the one who stands between you and the chaos. I am the one who covers you when the sky splits open and the winds of confusion howl. I have always been near. Even when you didn't feel me. Even when the thunder drowned out my whisper. Even when the waves seemed higher than your faith. I was there, shielding you, surrounding you, sustaining you. You did not survive by accident. You are not still standing by luck. You are here because I held you when everything else fell apart. The storm was fierce, but I was fiercer. The darkness was deep, but I was deeper still. I am your hiding place. I am your strong tower. I am the refuge when the world unravels. So do not be afraid when the wind rises again. Do not tremble when the shadows gather. Do not panic when the ground beneath you shakes. Because I do not change. My covenant does not fail. My mercy does not run dry. You may feel the storm, but you will not be destroyed by it. You may hear the thunder, but it will not silence the truth I've spoken over you. You may see the waves, but they will not swallow the purpose I've placed inside of you. I am your anchor, and you will not drift. I am your rock, and you will not be moved. You have tried to build safety in things that shift, people, plans, possessions, but I am the only shelter that does not collapse. I am the only fortress that cannot be shaken. Come back to me when the storm starts again. Come back to the place of safety you once knew. I do not shame your fear, I cover it. I do not condemn your questions, I invite them. You do not need perfect faith to find protection in me. You only need a cry, a reaching, a whisper in my direction. And I will surround you. I will wrap you in peace when the battle around you rages. I will lift your head when the winds of despair try to bury your hope. I will walk with you through every downpour. Because storms do not intimidate me. I speak to them, I silence them, and sometimes, I let them come, so you will remember who to run to. Not because I enjoy your pain, but because I know what pressure reveals. It reveals who your foundation really is. And if it's not me, I will shake it, until you build again. I am not punishing you. I am preparing you. And part of that preparation is reminding you that I and I alone am your shelter in the storm. You have weathered many storms. Some were sudden and violent. Some were slow and cruel. Some came from outside, loss, betrayal, confusion. Some came from within, doubt, fear, shame. But in all of them, I did not leave you. Even when you ran, I followed. Even when you forgot me, I remembered you. Even when you cursed the sky, I still covered you with grace. Because my love is not fragile. It does not fracture when you break. It does not run when you rage. It stands, and it will keep standing long after the storm has passed. I know the winds that try to tear through your peace. I know the lies that scream in the night. I know the heaviness that tries to steal your breath. But I am still God over it all. I am still the voice that commands the waters to part. I am still the hand that holds you above the deep. You do not need to fix yourself to come to me. Just come, with trembling knees, with tired eyes, with questions and groans and unfinished prayers. Just come, and I will be what the world could never be. Steady, safe, sure. You've sought shelter in temporary things. And every time, they failed. They looked strong from a distance. But when the storm hit, they crumbled, because they were never meant to hold you. I am the shelter not built by human hands. I am the resting place that does not require performance. I am the embrace that calms chaos. And I am not going anywhere. Even when the storm lasts longer than you expected. Even when it comes in waves. Even when you think you're strong and then suddenly fall again. I remain. And I will not let the waters overwhelm you. I will not let the wind carry you away. I will not let the fire consume what I have redeemed. You belong to me, and I defend what is mine. So lean into me again. Not because the storm is over, but because I am in it with you. Not because you feel strong, but because I carry you when you cannot walk. Not because you understand, but because I see what you cannot. I know where this storm leads. And it does not lead to your destruction. It leads to your revelation. You will know me in the way only those who survive the storm can. Not just as distant creator, but as present shelter. The kind you can trust. The kind that holds even when everything else lets go. The storm has never been your enemy. It's been your mirror, revealing what was weak, exposing what was false, breaking what could not remain. But not to destroy you, to prepare you. I am not the author of your pain, but I am the redeemer of every piece of it. And I use what the enemy sends to deepen your roots in me. So don't curse the wind. Use it. Let it drive you deeper into my presence. Let it remind you that I am your source. Let it teach you to hear my voice in the chaos. You've learned to listen to the noise. But now I'm teaching you to listen through it. To find my voice beneath the surface. To sense my presence even when your senses betray you. Because I am always near. And your survival is not based on your strength. It is anchored in my faithfulness. I've held you before you knew my name. I've carried you through storms that should have ended you. I've surrounded you in moments you thought you were alone. And I will not stop now. The rain may fall. The wind may howl. The waves may rise. But you will not fall. Because your foundation is shifting. From sand to rock. From fear to faith. From panic to peace. You don't need to know when the storm will end. You just need to know I am in the boat. And I never let what I'm in sink. Let them watch. Let the enemy rage. Let the world tremble. But you, remain, rooted, steady, hidden in me. Because while they see the storm, you will know the shelter. And when the storm passes, and it will pass, you will rise stronger than before. Not because you escaped the storm, but because you walked through it in me. And they will ask how. And you will say, it was never me. It was always him. It was always the shelter who held me. It was always the voice who calmed me. It was always the king who covered me. And he never left. You keep asking me to stop the storm. But I am using the storm to stop your running. To stop your striving. To stop your dependency on what never sustained you. I'm not trying to crush you, I'm calling you. Calling you out of shallow comfort. Calling you away from imitation strength. Calling you back to the only place that has ever held. My presence. You thought you needed a way out. But what you needed was a way in, into me. Into the secret place. Into the shadow of the Almighty. Into the shelter where nothing else matters but my voice. And I am still speaking. Even when the clouds gather. Even when the lightning flashes. Even when the storm screams louder than truth. I am still here. And I have not changed. I am not afraid of your mess. I am not disappointed in your collapse. I am the God who meets you where the roof caves in. I am the one who kneels in the flood with you and says, we're going to make it. I am the one who holds your shaking frame and says, you are not alone. So don't retreat. Don't numb. Don't run to things that only add weight to the wind. Run to me. Collapse here. Cry here. Heal here. You do not need to perform. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to rest. Let the storm rage outside. Let the world panic. You are in my arms. You are in my shelter. And I will not let you go. Now, if these words are anchoring you, if this truth is washing over a part of your soul that's been drowning, I gently invite you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let others who are in the middle of their own storm find their shelter too. You never know who's barely holding on, waiting for one whisper of peace to hold on to. And now, breathe, because we're not done yet. I know how tired you are. I know how long you've been fighting. I know the questions that still circle your mind at night, even when your body finally collapses. Will it always be like this? Will the storm ever stop? Will I ever feel peace again? And here is my answer, not just in word, but in presence. Peace is not the absence of the storm. Peace is the presence of the shelter. And I am that shelter. You don't need to escape to find rest. You need to abide. Abide in me. When you're weary. When you're unsure. When you're empty and raw and wondering if hope is still allowed. Just stay. You don't have to understand it all. You don't have to fix what's broken. You don't have to pretend that the storm doesn't scare you. Just stay close. I am not asking you for performance. I am asking for proximity. Come close again. Even when the wind whispers you've failed. Even when the rain tells you you're forgotten. Even when the darkness says no one sees your pain. I see it, and I feel it, and I will not waste it. What you are walking through is not meaningless. It's not random. It's not punishment. It is a proving ground. And I will prove faithful. Not just in theory, but in reality. You will see it. You will feel it. You will live it. Because I am not just a story. I am not just a Sunday idea. I am not just a prayer on your wall. I am your present help. Your shield. Your sustainer. Your song in the night. And I will carry you through this. Until the storm fades. Until the sky clears. Until you rise again, not broken, but rebuilt. Not bitter, but deeper. Not shaking, but shining. Because you trusted the shelter. And the shelter never failed you. There will be days when the clouds refuse to part. There will be mornings when the weight of the wind feels heavier than the promise. There will be moments when even your prayers sound like echoes. But those are not signs I've left you. Those are reminders to lean. To lean not on your understanding, but on my strength. To lean not into fear, but into faith. To lean not into the false shelter of self-effort, but into my everlasting arms. I've never asked you to carry this alone. I've never asked you to fix what only I can heal. I've never expected you to have the strength to stand without me. You were designed to need me. And that need is not weakness, it is wisdom. Come back to wisdom. Come back to surrender. Come back to the shelter that never judges your collapse. I don't despise your questions. I don't turn from your tears. I bottle them. I listen. I lean near. And I wait until your breath steadies again. Storms will come, but I am already in them. Before they form, I have prepared the way through them. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're in the middle of a holy process. And even here, especially here, I am God. Let my voice become louder than the storm. Let my truth anchor you deeper than the tide. Let my love hold you tighter than the fear ever could. Because no matter what shakes, I do not. No matter what falls, I remain. You are not defined by this season. You are refined in it. And I will bring you through. Step by step. Breath by breath. Promise by promise. Until all you see is not what came against you, but the one who stood with you. The shelter who stayed. The shelter who shielded. The shelter who never gave up. And never will. Let this be the hour you stop striving. Let this be the moment you stop measuring your worth by how well you hold it all together. You were never asked to hold it all. You were invited to be held. By me. By the one who commands the storm with a single word. By the one who sees the end from the beginning. By the one who knows the full weight you carry, and carries you anyway. Let the striving cease. Let the wrestling settle. Let the fear break. Because I am here. And I am enough. Enough to steady what shakes. Enough to calm what spins. Enough to hold what breaks. This storm is not your end. It's your invitation. To come closer. To go deeper. To rebuild not on sand, but on stone. Not on reputation, but on revelation. Not on strength, but on surrender. I will meet you here. Not just when the sky clears, but now. Especially now. When you feel most unsure. When you feel least spiritual. When you feel like all you can do is whisper, help. That is enough. That is faith. That is worship. And I receive it with joy. Because I am not impressed by performance. I am moved by proximity. So lean into me again. Not for answers, but for nearness. Not for outcomes, but for comfort. Not for rescue from the storm, but rest in the midst of it. Because rest in the storm is proof of who your shelter really is. And you will know me in this way. Not just as a promise, but as a person. As the one who didn't leave. As the one who didn't fold. As the one who stayed through it all, and saw you through it all. I am your shelter. And I still cover you. You've prayed for peace. But peace is not a place. Peace is a person. And I am that person. You've searched for safety. But safety is not a situation. It is surrender. And I am the one you surrender to. So lay it down again. The timeline. The guilt. The shame that says you shouldn't still be struggling. The storm doesn't mean you failed. It means you're still living in a broken world. But you are not living it alone. I live it with you. And I do not abandon those I love. I walk with them into the storm. I sleep in the boat beside them. I speak to the winds above them. And I hold the anchor beneath them. You are never unprotected, even when you feel unprepared. You are never uncovered, even when you feel unseen. I am your cover. And my protection is not always the absence of battle, but the presence of grace in it. You've felt like giving up. You've wondered if the storm will swallow the last of your strength. But hear me. I will not let you drown. Not now. Not ever. You were not made to sink. You were made to soar. But first, you must be still. Still enough to hear me. Still enough to feel me. Still enough to believe that I'm still good. Even here. This is not the end of you. This is the deepening, the refining, the birthing ground of a new kind of strength. One the world cannot steal. One the storm cannot crush. One that flows not from your will, but from my spirit. And it is rising in you now. Even if you don't see it yet. Even if all you feel is the rain. I see the root. I see the growth. I see the bloom. And it is coming. Because I am the God who brings beauty from brokenness. And I will do it again. In you. Around you. Through you. Because I am your shelter in the storm. And I always will be. Let your soul rest now. Let the questions fall silent. Let the striving lose its grip. You are safe. Not because everything makes sense. But because I remain the same. I have always been your hiding place. Before the storm came. Before the pain hit. Before the ground shook. I was here. And I am still here. I am not startled by the waves. I am not surprised by your fear. I hold it all. I hold you. And I am not letting go. Let the wind rage. Let the storm roar. Let the enemy shout his lies. They will not reach you here. Not in my presence. Not in this place. Not under my covering. I have drawn a line around you. I have shielded you in ways you have not even seen. You have no idea how many attacks I have blocked. How many arrows I have caught mid-flight. How many storms I have calmed before they touched your shore. But this one, I am walking you through. Because it's doing something in you. Something holy. Something deep. Something lasting. You will not come out the same. You will come out lighter. Clearer. Stronger. Surer of who I am. Surer of who you are. The storm has not come to destroy your faith. It has come to reveal where it is rooted. And you are rooted in me. That is why you still breathe. That is why you still stand. That is why you still rise. I am your shelter. And no storm changes that. No flood moves that. No wind can shake that. So let your soul return to peace. I've got you. Now and always. The fiercest storm cannot drown a soul anchored in my presence. The loudest winds cannot shake a heart that rests in my voice. Do not let the noise of this moment erase the truth of eternity. I have spoken peace over you. And when I speak, the storm must bow. It may not happen in an instant. It may not disappear in a flash. But it will lose its power over you. Because I am greater than the chaos. I am louder than the fear. I am deeper than the pain. You are not just surviving, you are being shaped, matured, tested, strengthened. This storm is not a detour. It is a doorway into greater trust, greater intimacy, greater clarity. And when you come through it, and you will carry something unshakable. Not a theory, not a theology, but a testimony. You will say, I met God in the storm, and He held me. You will say, I thought I would break, but I was carried. You will say, the storm came, but it did not win. Because I am the victory inside you. I am the calm in your core. I am the fire that the rain cannot quench. You do not have to fight alone. You do not have to figure it out. You do not have to wear strength like a mask. You only need to be held. Let me hold you again. Right here, right now. No judgment, no shame, no expectation. Just shelter, just safety, just stillness. Come into the cleft of the rock. Come into the place where the storm cannot find you. You are not running away. You are running home. To me. To your Maker. To the one who spoke the oceans into being, and still sees you. You are not forgotten in this flood. You are not alone in this pain. You are not forsaken in this moment. I am with you. And I will be with you still. Until the skies clear. Until the winds cease. Until your breath returns. And even after that, I will not let you go. You are mine. And I am your shelter. Now, then, always. You've looked to many places for relief. Temporary escapes. Voices that soothed but could not save. Distractions that numbed but never healed. But none of it held. None of it lasted. Because none of it was me. Only I can calm the storm in your soul. Only I can speak to the winds within. Only I can rebuild what fear has torn down. Come back to the place where peace is not borrowed, but born. Come back to the shelter that never moves. I am not just a break from the storm. I am the boundary it cannot pass. I do not tremble when it rises. I do not retreat when it rages. I stand, and I shield, and I speak, and you are covered. Even now, I surround you. Even now, I defend you. Even now, I prepare a table for you, in the presence of the very storm that tried to break you. They will watch. The pain will not win. The darkness will not drown your voice. The storm will not steal your promise. Because you are kept. By hands that do not slip. By love that does not fade. By power that does not fail. Let the peace I give now mark your breath. Let it slow the beating heart of fear. Let it cradle you into rest. Even as the storm still howls beyond the walls of this moment. This is what divine shelter feels like. Not absence of struggle, but presence in it. Not immunity from sorrow, but intimacy within it. Not a world without storms, but a life that stands through them. You are standing, and you will keep standing. Because I am the God who says, peace. Be still, and the winds obey. Even the ones inside you. Especially those. So rest, beloved, not because the storm is over, but because you know who is with you in it. And that changes everything. They won't understand how you endured. They won't understand how you kept your peace when everything was falling apart. They won't understand how you didn't lose your mind when the pressure closed in. But I will know. Because I was there. I was the peace that held your heart when anxiety tried to tear it open. I was the whisper in the dark when the night felt endless. I was the strength you felt in your knees when they should have buckled. It wasn't your willpower. It wasn't your planning. It wasn't your preparation. It was your shelter. It was me. And I take glory in holding what others throw away. I take joy in restoring what others say is done. I find delight in protecting what the world overlooks. You are not overlooked. You are seen. You are not discarded. You are defended. You are not forgotten. You are covered. And this season will not end in despair. It will end in display. A display of my faithfulness. A display of my promise. A display of what it means to be carried by the shelter himself. You thought the storm would define you. But I am redefining everything. This storm will mark a beginning, not an ending. This storm will be the line drawn in the sand. The place where fear lost. The place where shame broke. The place where faith rose. The place where the wind could no longer lie to you. Because now you know who holds you. And nothing can take that from you. Not even the next storm. Because you are no longer just surviving them. You are walking through them in authority. You are moving with the shelter inside of you. And that makes you unshakable. That makes you anchored. That makes you whole. Let the winds come. Let the clouds form. You are not afraid anymore. Because you have learned what most never will. The safest place in any storm is not escape, it's presence. And you have found mine. You no longer need to prove your strength. Your survival is proof enough. You no longer need to fear being weak. Your weakness has become the doorway to my strength. You no longer need to chase shelter in people, positions, or plans. I am your shelter. And I am enough. What was sent to bury you has become the ground I'm building on. What was meant to silence you has become the testimony you will shout from the rooftops. They will ask how you kept standing. And you will point not to your feet, but to your foundation. You will say, I stood because he held me. You will say, I made it through not by might, not by power, but by the presence of the Lord. Because this is the truth that cannot be stolen. You were not alone. Not once. Not in the beginning. Not in the breaking. Not in the rebuilding. I was there in every moment. In the inhale when you had no words. In the tears when you had no strength. In the silence when you had no answers. And I will be here still. When the sun rises again. When the clouds lift. When the sky opens. You will walk out of this storm with peace that surpasses understanding. Because you will carry more than just survival. You will carry my name, my nature, my glory, and it will rest on you not because you earned it, but because you stayed. You stayed near, you stayed surrendered, you stayed hidden in the shelter. And I rewarded what no one else saw. So rest now. The storm did not steal your promise. It revealed your posture. And that posture was one of trust. I honor that trust. I respond to that trust. And I will finish what I began in you. You will not end here. You are only beginning. This storm is birthing something eternal. And I will be with you until it is complete. You are not here by accident. You are not enduring by chance. You are sustained by purpose. You are preserved by my presence. What others call broken, I call beautiful. What others overlook, I cover. What others dismiss, I defend. You are not the storm you survived. You are not the fear you felt. You are not the doubt that danced in your mind. You are mine, and that identity is your shelter now. Not your strength, not your knowledge, not your reputation. Your identity in me. It is your roof when lies rain down. It is your wall when shame tries to invade. It is your peace when the voices rage. You are hidden here. Secure here, safe here, and this safety is not a cage, it is a launching ground. Because you will not live afraid of the next storm. You will live anchored for it. You will not hide from the wind. You will walk in it with wisdom. You will not tremble at the thunder. You will stand in stillness. Because you have learned where to run. You've learned who to trust. You've learned that no matter what rages, my presence is constant. And that knowing will carry you for the rest of your life. They will wonder how you lead with peace, how you speak with power, how you move without fear. And you will tell them, I have a shelter, and he has never failed me. You will not boast in your strength. You will boast in the one who carried you through fire and water and did not let you drown. And that boast will set others free. Because the world doesn't need your perfection. It needs your testimony. It needs your truth. It needs the real story of how God became your hiding place. And still is. Let this truth settle in your bones. You are not weak for needing shelter. You are wise for knowing where to find it. Every time you ran to me instead of running away, heaven rejoiced. Every time you collapsed in my arms instead of pretending to be strong, heaven saw faith. Every time you cried out when no one else could hear, you touched my heart. And I moved. Not always in the ways you expected. Not always in the timing you wanted. But always in love. Always in truth. Always with power. You have never been alone in this. Not for a single breath. I have been your shelter in every storm. And I will be your peace in the calm. I will not leave when the clouds part. I will not retreat when the sun shines. I will stay. Because I am not just your emergency refuge. I am your abiding place. The dwelling you were always meant to live in. And as you live in me, the storms around you will lose their power to define you. You will walk in a peace that confuses logic. You will carry a presence that shifts atmospheres. Because I do not dwell in brick and stone. I dwell in yielded hearts. And yours is mine, fully, finally, freely. So rise now, not as one barely escaping the storm, but as one who has conquered through surrender. As one who knows where to hide. As one who knows what it means to be held when the sky falls. This is your legacy. Not fear, not instability, but peace. Because you know the shelter. And the shelter knows you. By name, by need, by heart. And I will never let you go. This is not the end. This is the awakening. You have been rebuilt in the middle of the winds. You have found your identity in the storm. You have come through what was designed to destroy you. And now you carry a sound. The sound of one who knows the shelter. The sound of one who does not flinch when the sky shakes. The sound of one who walks in peace when others panic. The sound of one who has learned that my nearness is better than clarity. That my voice is better than resolution. That my presence is enough, always. So walk. Walk with confidence. Walk with compassion. Walk with clarity that was forged in the storm. You are not fragile. You are not forgotten. You are not failing. You are faithful. And you are followed by goodness, by mercy, by a shelter that never stops surrounding you. Let them see the storm in your eyes, but let them see the peace in your soul. Let them see the truth that storms don't make you. They reveal who your foundation is. And your foundation is unshakable. Your foundation is eternal. Your foundation is me. You will rise again, not afraid of the rain, not frightened by the wind, not shaken by the unknown, but anchored, established, planted in peace, because I am your shelter. I was before the storm. I was in the storm. And I will be after it. You are not who the storm said you were. You are who I have always declared you to be. And no wave, no wind, no darkness will ever undo my word. It stands, like I do, forever. I am your shelter. And you are safe. Always.